Phil Jackson reportedly wants the Knicks to run more of the triangle offense. Derrick Rose doesn't seem to be much of a taker. Take a listen.
It's the first time I played in the system ever since college. I felt like when I first came into the league, I played for teams where it was every night was a heavy dose of pick and roll. And coming here, I feel like I'm good enough to play in the system. It's just learning it for one, getting used to it, getting familiar with it, and making sure everyone's on the same page.
Interesting comments. Look, it's a delicate nature here at 120 Sports. Obviously, Abby working here with Dad coaching the team. Should Dad be able just to coach the team, or does he have to listen to the boss? And if Phil says run the triangle, you run the damn triangle.
Well, I think Phil pushes all the buttons there. I think if you asked more than a casual fan of the NBA, who's the GM of the New York Knicks? They would have no idea it's Steve Mills. They would say it's Phil Jackson. No, Phil makes all the decisions there. And Jeff Hornacek, he surely knew that when he took the job there, that Phil was going to have an influence. Phil's the winningest coach in the history of the NBA as far as championships, right?
Yeah.
So he wants to put his imprint all over this organization. He can't play in the triangle. He doesn't pass the ball well. He's a point guard that averages 4 assists a game. Think about this. 100 points a game, right? Roughly 40 baskets or so. 10% of those he assists on. He's not a very good passer. To play in the triangle, you actually don't need a true point guard. Think back on those Kobe teams. Think back on those Michael teams.
Correct.
They didn't play with a true point guard.
No.
Who was a true one?
Like the Ron Harpers of the world.
Derek Fisher was like he was kind of a 1/2.
Sure,
you know
but they didn't look at those
Johnny
guys.
Paxson was more of a 2.
Yep.
So Steve Kerr like guys, those guys are more than 2. So they just don't have the right personnel there right now. But Jeff knew that Phil wants some sort of triangle in that offense. They just have to find the right pieces that can play that offense.
The rumor is that they still could cut bait with this guy.
Yeah, they're not going to resign him. If they're going to run the triangle, he doesn't fit.
Okay, is this just a guy that realizes the boss doesn't like me anyway? I'm hearing, if we're talking about it here at 120 Sports, that they might just flat out cut him now and let you walk elsewhere. So I don't have to agree with what the boss says, even though he says here, I guess I really don't even have a choice.
I know, but you know what he needs to do? He needs to keep going out there and balling because he's up. And if someone's going to go give him a max deal, I know those are the conversations that are out there, he can still prove that he's healthy.
Max deal for Derrick Rose? What year is this?
He has shown more flash this year
Timmy,
than
there's
I have
no
in the
way
previous
if you were a
years.
GM.
You have to admit that, though.
Yes, but if you were a GM, there's no way in high hell that you give this guy a max deal, right?
I wouldn't.
Of course you wouldn't. You're a sane and logical person.
He's going to go down as the only MVP in the history of the NBA not to make the Basketball Hall of Fame because he's not making it, right?
No, the guy we're talking about, he's going to be on the scrap heap here pretty soon.
He's not again, everyone makes the Hall of Fame now. Mitch Richmond's in the Hall of Fame.
Run TMC.